Do you want... Oh, perfect. You did a good job.
I can do it.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
Is that better?
You're a whole mood.
I know.
Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Queerly Committed, where you stay soft, stay bold,
Stay soft.
and we talk about love, communication, and how to get better at it.
Yeah.
Be real and be your authentic self. And we were talking today about how sometimes when it gets to the late afternoon when we are making content, we kind of get fatigued when we over-consume content in the beginning of the day, and then we find some little bit of difficulty in actually making content. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is that fatigue and the serotonin drainage that happens when you're constantly consuming content before you're making content. So, you want to talk about your experience, what you were experiencing earlier today, or just like literally about 10-15 minutes ago?
Yeah. So, what we were talking about, I actually, as you were giving that introduction, I remember back in season 1, whenever we were talking about boundaries, and boundaries being in an electronic field as well. So not just physical boundaries, but emotional boundaries, and then online boundaries.
Right.
Being able to say that, the content that you consume, what started this, yeah, we're gonna, hang on. So.
How rude.
How rude indeed.
Yeah, but digitally, electronics, having those boundaries there as well, yeah.
Yeah, digital boundaries, thank you.
Yeah.
That is what I was looking for.
Yeah, digital boundaries.
I was like the electronic ones.
I mean, electronics, phones and whatnot. Phones, laptops, emails, computers and whatnot. But yeah, digitally, yeah.
Yeah, and when I think about digital boundaries, I also realize that one of the things that I am responsible for as a consumer, as well as a creator, is what I am putting out there, so to speak, to eat, to consume. Because as an artist, as a creator, I am putting consumables out there.
Right.
But also as an individual, I am a consumer. And not even just in like a, not just in like a capitalism kind of way consumer, but also as a content consumer. So one thing that I've really started doing that has been so helpful to me is doing a little bit of QC, little quality control, if you know what I mean. And in that quality control, I am checking people's reposts, the things that they repost, because if you're reposting, it's something that you feel strong enough about that you're like, yep, that's it, I just wish that I had said it too, or I also agree, whatever the case. Right. But my point being, that's something that you stand on. So if that's not something that I agree with, you're gone.
Right.
I've unfollowed more content creators this week just with that idea. And the idea at its core is, if I am who I says I am, then that means that I am living that life truly, fully, organically throughout my life. Though kind of really what I was getting at is simply that being conscious of what we are consuming and what we are creating, it doesn't mean don't create unless it's pure.
Right.
No, that's not what the fuck I'm saying. I'm saying create it, and that creation is pure in itself. It's also, don't get so caught up in trying to be somebody else.
Right.
Because, like, that's kind of where it leads to for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also talked about how in a digital space, especially as a creator, I prefer to not consume until I have created, really. Like, I've had this not consume mentality from social media, from my phone. I really try just to not pick up my phone until about lunchtime.
Yeah.
And really the reasoning is because I know as soon as I touch that phone, all bets are off. I'm doom scrolling, I'm fucking around, I'm playing games, because it's like candy to me.
Right.
So, like, if I pick up that phone, it better be fuck around time.
Right.
Because that's all that's gonna happen.
Right. And the algorithms are designed for that to happen. You know, they're like, oh, they spent this, this many minutes or this much time on this type of content. And then essentially they just tumble down all of that over and over again. And there you are, like, rapid liking videos, one right after the other.
Or not even liking them.
Right. Just scrolling through it. And you're like, nope. Yeah. No. And with that, like, it's fast-paced consumerism, and it really does drain you, because you're getting serotonin boosts anytime that you see something that you like and you agree with it aligns with you. And when you don't get it, like, you're like, meh. But then you get it again. So, and essentially you really start burning out, because all your serotonin kind of just drops out because you just doom scrolled it away. And it makes it really hard if you are consuming earlier in the day and making content in the afternoon, because by that time all of your serotonin has, like, died down, and you just kind of, like, it makes you kind of, like, almost like lethargic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And drink every time Aaron says, but water, because we stay hydrated. But, and it's designed to do that, and it does it well. And I really do appreciate how you are like, nope, if I touch that thing, I know what's going to happen. So you try to limit it. And that was what led us to the conversation today. 'Cause you're like, I picked the fucking thing up.
Yeah.
And I started going through it, and now here we are. And that's what led to this topic of conversation. I'm like, well, it just seems like that's exactly what we should be talking about, is how that essentially can have a negative effect on you for when you do have things that you need to do, and you just can't seem to get yourself to do them because you've already doom scrolled all of your energy away for the day. And, it's just like, maybe one more video turns into 2 hours later, and you still didn't accomplish anything.
Right.
And
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, it's almost like I'm on a quest for serotonin.
Right.
Is I'm like, well, it's got to be here somewhere.
Right. The perfect video.
Right.
I know if I just keep doing it, I'm going to hit the jackpot.
It's probably the next one. It's the
like
next
gambling.
One. It is.
It's like gambling. It's very addictive. It's very addictive.
And, like, it's such a fascinating thing to me within society, because yes, as a content creator, obviously I am pro social media to at least a certain degree.
Right.
Otherwise, how else do you get your content out there and shared and, have a true community space?
Right.
But also on the flippity flop, it's like my feed, my algorithm now is becoming more stop consuming as much as you are without adding anything to it. It's not a problem to consume.
Right.
It's a problem to binge. It's a problem to overconsume. And also, I would argue the quality of what we consume is hugely important.
Right.
Humanity, society, we didn't have access to news outlets like we have now. The news was twice a fucking day, and you had to wait for the newspaper.
Right. And now you get news from all over the world in the matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like...
Whether you want it or not.
Right. Because people are like, hey, this is happening and this is big news. And we're like, oh, shit, the world's going to shit again over here. Holy shit. And it's like... So not only are you doom scrolling looking for that serotonin, but you also have the actual horrors of what's happening in the world coming at you in rapid fire. And yeah, we do need to pay attention to that, because I do feel that humanity as a whole needs to pay attention to these things. And also at the same time, it comes at a cost.
It does.
It comes at a cost, and it can be, I think it can pretty much just make it debilitating. I wonder if there's going to be a period of time where people actually get on disability from it. Because
I would not be surprised.
Like, I really think...
Knowing how personally damaging it has been, and I don't say that as a victim, I simply mean that, like, I am aware of the damages that I have caused at the cost of doom scrolling over. You know what I mean? Like, even within our own relationship, we've had times and periods where it's like, hey, I miss you.
Yeah.
Can we have us time? And that entire day, we've been in the same room. We've been sharing, like, laughing, scrolling back and forth, or, working on stuff. It doesn't matter. But, like, the engagement isn't there with us, but my engagement has been in videos, in comments, in response, you know what I mean? So I'm engaging, and it's easy for me to get wrapped up, because really, honestly, our brains are good at doing one thing at a time.
Right.
That is it.
Multitasking is a myth.
It really is. It's a myth.
Multitasking is a myth.
Right.
Brought
to you by corporate society so that you can do more and they'll pay you less.
Ooh. It's funny, and it's not funny because it's true.
Right.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Who said that?
Ugh. But
Show me the lie.
Right.
Show me the lie.
Right.
Because as a society, we are, you know what I mean? It's not just consume in the videos, but it's also consume, in corporate America.
Right.
Consume, you gotta have a 401k, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have blah, 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 blah.
USA has been becoming very heavy on capitalism.
Yeah.
And I think that's a whole other conversation in itself. There's going to be a tipping point, and I think we're already seeing it. People are fed up with it.
Oh, absolutely.
People are fed up with it. They realize, and they're coming to, come to realize that they're fighting over crumbs with everybody else while these assholes run off with the whole cake.
Yep.
And
yeah, wasn't Bezos supposed to have his wedding in Florida? And
Venice, and they had to change the location. They couldn't have it in Maine, in the main part of Venice.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, and I love the fact that...
Did he get to wear his cowboy hat?
I have no idea. All I know is that they had to change their locations to somewhere else, and
good.
And just think about that. Think about how powerful that's a powerful message that the people of there was no, they terrorized this billionaire into moving. So I'm just saying,
I think terrorized might be too strong of a word, to be honest.
No, but...
They encouraged his decision to move it elsewhere.
Correct. Correct. And I mean, they had him floating... Someone made a dummy of him floating on the Amazon... Oh, and they made...
an effigy?
Oh, yeah. And they had, one of them riding around in the gondolas. It was... They were ruthless with this shit, and I was here for it because, yeah... I'm not down with Bezos at all.
Fuck that bitch.
I'm there's no reason why you should have that much fucking money and your employees are pissing in bottles. My friend who worked for Amazon got fired because he had to relieve himself in public, and someone saw him and reported him. But he has to fucking keep it moving. And he wasn't having piss. He was just I have to go now. And so he relieved himself. And he thought that he was pretty, out of view, but someone saw it. So, your employees should never have to fucking do that. And I have a hard time watching these people get tax breaks and cutbacks, and there's people that are starving, hungry, no housing, and you're hoarding wealth. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that.
And go ahead, sorry.
And it's, again, consumerism.
Yeah.
Consumerism. And it's like Amazon. I don't like Amazon.
Right.
I don't use Amazon.
Right.
I am very anti-Amazon because I know what a horrible company it is. My one friend, she works security there, and she was telling me, she's like, security's probably the best job that you can have there, because this one girl, all she does is walk in a circle for 12 hours with a big thing of that plastic wrap around the pallets herself. And I was like, no. She's like, yes. She's walking in circles for 12 hours straight. That's gross.
That has to be inhumane. Like, I think that's inhumane.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I think, like, that really ties into, like, I think my biggest fucking pet peeve is ethical consumerism.
Yes.
And, like, myself included, but, like, I will not be or suggest something to other people that I am unwilling or unable to do.
Right.
So, fuck Amazon.
Right.
I'll make it clear. And I don't care what your reasoning for buying there is.
But it's cheaper.
It doesn't
don't care.
matter.
I don't
It
care.
doesn't
I would
matter.
rather pay like a couple dollars more at a
Find
mom
it
and pop
somewhere
shop.
else, because it does exist
Right.
somewhere else.
Right.
So, like, I'm done.
And that's the thing,
I'm done
is
with all of them.
It's
You know?
if people understood.
Walmart, Target,
Oh yeah, like
Amazon.
I had
big
to.
box companies.
I've gone to I've had to go to Walmart for a couple times now since we've been here, and
We've
hate
stopped. We've stopped.
it. I can't tell you the last time I went into a Walmart and having to go there, I was just like, ugh, because I don't support Walmart.
Right.
Like, I don't support Spotify. I don't support Walmart. I don't support Target.
There are
I'm
things
not-
that I won't pay for because if we want to be able to live this life of authenticity and genuineness, it is also important to understand that the things that you put money into are things that you are supporting.
Right. You're contributing to
Correct.
it becoming bigger,
Right.
badder.
Way worse.
Right. And it's
Because sure, none of us thought that Walmart was that fucking bad 10 years ago.
Right. No, everyone's just like, oh, I'll just get a Walmart. But
Right.
like,
Yeah, Walmart sucks, but like, yeah, they got weird people there. But
Right,
at least
right.
the greeter's nice. They're
Right,
like
right.
600.
They
but-
offer you candy now.
Right. Well, and now it's. If you go through the self-checkout, you're treated like a criminal at the fucking door.
Right.
And that's like. Make it make fucking sense.
Right. And they're forcing you to use the self-checkouts. They
Right.
don't have anybody in the lanes.
Right.
Everybody is at a self-checkout. Cameras are everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, you stole this. It's like, where? What? People
I
getting
heard-
people getting arrested for that shit. And that's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Do
To tie
better.
it back to the episode itself, truly, because
Excuse me, sorry.
oh, you're all good. The impact that we have is so much greater than I think we ever give it credit for.
Right.
That we don't realize. We think that we're just liking, we're just sharing, we're just posting, we're just doing this. But think about the connection. Like
Right. It's connecting thousands of people together. I mean, look at the protests and everything that have been happening.
Yeah.
It was one of the biggest turnouts that they've had since
Huge.
the George Floyd protests. And that's amazing. That's how fast people are all connecting together. And when you have that, it's absolutely important and necessary to have that quality control over the content that you consume. I mean, look at all of these people red pilling themselves, and they are consuming lies, and
Yeah.
the things that they say it's shocking. It's shocking that they actually believe this stuff.
Right.
And it's on television. Fox News, they got sued. And it's like, well, it's entertainment purposes only. Anybody who would believe that Tucker Carlson was telling... It's like, but there are people out here that do believe it.
Right.
So you need to be held accountable for it. Like, I think it's absolutely... I think it's awful that I don't think politicians should be allowed to lie. I don't think news channels should be allowed to lie or skew things. I think that they should be 100% non-biased, period, flat, end of story.
And I also believe that your social media channel should not be flooded with misinformation.
Correct.
I don't think the government should be anywhere in any of your fucking phone apps.
Right.
At all.
I don't understand, I don't think that the president shouldn't have a fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
I have a...
Or a website.
Or a website.
Especially one called truth.anything.
Right, Truth Social. His own social media.
Oh my God.
Yeah, his own social media.
When they own the information, they can sell you what they want.
Right, and they do. They sell it en masse. There's people that fork over their life savings to this man for nothing.
Nothing.
Because he's a right... What is he doing for you?
He's
What is he
ruining
doing?
my fucking For You page.
It's like this
bitch ass.
you're forking over all of your savings for what? You're being you're being lied to, and because you keep consuming this kind of shit. And it's not the move. It really isn't. And I know people are going to jump in here and be like, "Wow, blah, blah." And it's like, I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. And if you agree with the things that he's saying, and if you agree with that kind of content, I have questions. I don't think that you have good character.
Yeah.
I question your motives. I question your consumerism.
And because I question them, I don't have questions for them.
Right. It's just like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead.
We're not on the same level.
Right? It's like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
You know?
I believe that gay people should have the right to freely exist.
Right.
I also believe that anybody in America, regardless of their tax-paying status, should be allowed to stay here.
Absolutely.
And they only care about that for the white men.
Right.
Not even for all of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what's so fucking wild to me. Is this division that we see in the country right now. It is less left and right. And it is more top and bottom.
Absolutely.
And the top and bottom, top and bottom has gotten such a great fucking divide between it.
Yeah.
That, I feel like all people are focused on.
Right. And the thing is praising these people doesn't put you in the club.
No.
It's not gonna, if you...
Eating their breadcrumbs does not make you one of them.
No. And you'll never be one of them. You won't. They give you the illusion that you're a part of the team, but you're not. They don't care about you.
Right.
I mean, look at this bill that's in Congress right now. And that's wild. It all still ties back to all of that.
It does. And, I don't know how to, label this episode. Because, yes, social media boundaries and yes, digital boundaries. But more so, what content are you seeing? Number one, are you okay with seeing that?
Right.
Number two, if not, what the fuck are you going to do about it?
Right.
Because liking it, commenting on it, and then scrolling past it is not enough.
Right.
I'm going to say it again in case we didn't hear it. Liking, commenting, sharing, sending it to your mom, not enough.
Right.
Not enough.
Right. And that's another thing is if you see something that you don't like, don't engage with it. Block it. Don't share it. Block it. Nip that shit in the bud. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
As with all these protests, we saw I have such a frog in my throat. Thank you. We saw that the numbers aren't adding up. And there's actually more people that are against what's happening than there are for. So that pulls out the whole theory that most of the people that are posting this stuff, commenting on this stuff, and causing these arguments online are bots. You're not going to win the argument. That's what they're designed to do. And that also wears you down. So, again...
And also, how else do you ensure that the system stays submissive?
Right.
You make sure that there's just enough and just enough sand between the gears to fuck shit up.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
Right.
And AI can and is being utilized as a weapon.
Right.
It depends on who the user is.
Right.
You know
Anything can be a weapon. Anything can be a weapon. And whether it's used for good or bad, that's really all depends on the person and the purpose, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And like I almost dread opening up my social media feeds right now, my video feeds specifically, because I am doing such an intense look through that like I'm not going to scroll. I'm not going to swipe.
Right.
I'm doing something in that moment.
Right.
I am either going to follow that person because I've checked all their shit, you know what I mean? And the bio's not enough.
Right.
I want to see your reposts.
Right.
I want to see what the fuck you're doing.
You can be funny as hell, but you look at those reposts and you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god, you fucking voted for the orange pumpkin.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah, so it's like,
No thanks.
And that's the thing, it's like, you can't fight fascism here and there. You gotta go full force, and it is absolutely fucking necessary. So, do not consume this shit. Unfollow these people, send a message, because I tell you, it's greater in numbers. Don't interact with it. Don't comment on it. There is no point in fighting with a bot in the comments section. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Fuck them. Like, let the Andrew Tates fucking fall. Let the Charlie Kirks fucking with their goofy ass looking stuff. Like, let these fuckers fall. Because when you look at it, there really isn't that much of a fucking following. You just have a lot of people like, wow, he's on TV. That's it.
Right.
Being able to balance your masculine feminine is a good thing. And you do have masculine and feminine. Everybody fucking does. Anyways, you're consuming the wrong shit.
Right.
You know,
That's
you're
the point.
consuming the wrong shit. Oh, what was that app? Remember that app that you said that you can scan the barcodes and you can find out whether or not it's a good company? This app, this isn't sponsored by this app, by the way.
Correct.
But isn't this fancy? It's nice. Like, you can scan items and see whether or not it's a reputable, valuable company that aligns with what you do.
Yeah. So, for example...
Q-tips.
Yeah, don't ask why I got a box of Q-tips here within reach. But, you know, and actually I'll, screen record.
Woo.
Yeah, start a screen record. Yeah, that way I can show the people what it do.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And, scanning. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Unilever owns Q-tips.
Oh.
Unilever has publicly stated its commitment to doing business in Israel.
Oh.
This was highlighted around the subsidiary Ben & Jerry's decision to stop selling ice cream in occupied Palestine territories, to which Unilever denied the decision.
Oof.
Wow. Fuck Q-tips.
I don't know. I think that there's just a lot better options out there than we're given, and I think that in order to make the change, we gotta consume better, we gotta do better, we gotta be ethical about it. And it's okay to start now. There's no better time than the present, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, really ask yourself these questions. Also, if you're new here, like the video, give us a follow if you like us. You know, we do this stuff pretty regularly. So like and subscribe. We would appreciate you.
New episodes every week.
We're fun.
Yeah.
You know, hang out with us. So hit that bell icon or whatever they say on YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get pretty crazy about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like
That's another
download it on the Buzzsprout. Yeah, download us. Download the episodes. Like, yeah, we want to hang out. So yeah, just putting that out there.
You're my favorite type of consumer.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite type of consumer.
Yeah.
Purchasing what we need when we need it.
Yeah.
Not for the sake of purchasing.
Right.
Like, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so fucking happy. And, like, not to be... Because money out, money in.
Right.
There has to be that exchange.
I just don't like buying shit for no purpose.
That's the thing.
You know, I don't need stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
spent a long time purchasing, consuming for the idea that it was like one more page.
Right.
One more video.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, if I just get one more cool thing, then I'll be happy.
Right.
But the more we focus on the void, the bigger the void gets.
Right. It's
That is the way it goes.
Right. And then here's the funny thing is that I used to like stuff. I used to love stuff. And it wasn't until a very unfortunate thing happened to where a person that I was with ended up taking the house that we were in and also never giving me any of my stuff ever. And it was a nightmare. And that was the moment I was like, all these memories, all these things that I held so near and dear, they were all gone and I was never getting them back. And I had to accept that. And that was the moment where I realized I was like, it's all stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't need it. Obviously, I don't need it. Yeah, I think about it from time to time, but the things that I think about are like the things that people gifted to me. Like, I love little boxes, you know, things like that. That's what I miss. And like, you know, just memorabilia stuff. Yeah. But it wasn't anything that I was like purchasing.
Yeah.
You know, it was the little things that I missed. And that's why, like, it was so freeing. It was so freeing to let all of that go because now I wasn't like, now I didn't feel inclined to keep purchasing. Like, you know, you buy a DVD player, so now you're inclined to buy a whole bunch of DVDs.
Right, you gotta play something on the DVD player.
Right. People don't even have DVD players anymore, do they?
I don't know.
Blu-rays! That's the same thing, though.
And that's the other thing, is like, by the time you purchase one thing...
It's already obsolete.
Something new has come out.
Right. Your habits. Your habits.
Yeah, and I think that's really what I'm getting at is...
Build better habits.
Yeah, build better habits.
Build better habits with your consumption.
Yeah, because, like, us as individuals, like, it's our responsibility to track and essentially report anything in your feed. That is something that is coming across your screen as, you know what I mean? And I think, like, it's so easy for us to get so numb to it when it's constantly thrown at us.
Right.
But if it's something that we slow down and we pull back on those reins and we go, hang on.
Right.
I'm, like, nauseous with motion sickness.
The best time ever was when COVID hit and the commercials stopped on the TV. I had never felt more free. It literally felt like a big, huge weight had been taken off my shoulders. Like, because I wasn't having all of this shit shoved in my face. Because at the time, the person that I lived with, they watched TV. I hadn't watched TV for close to, like, 7 years at that point. And it was nauseating knowing that when I stopped watching, how it was triggering, like, it was like, I need to find a TV. I need to watch something. And it's like, that's gross.
Screen time is addictive.
Right, because I didn't have a TV in my house for, like, I sold them. I didn't want them. I didn't watch TV. I played music. I wrote music.
Yeah.
You know, that was my entertainment. Like, and I didn't need a TV. And I used to think that was weird, that people didn't have a TV. I was like, why? I was like, But now I understand. I'm like,
I could get it.
I understand 100%. And that's why I'm like, you know, I can live without it because I don't, you know.
Yeah.
But I also know that what I felt when it was, like, brought into my life for that period, and then, like, it was away again. I was just like, right. It was like, it was almost like, and I couldn't get, and it was great because I couldn't get that TV to turn on.
Because you didn't need it.
Right, I didn't need it, but also, like, I don't want to fucking watch anything. There's nothing, I'm not interested in anything. It literally was background noise. I watched shitty wrestling that would come on Sundays, and it was hilarious. But
and, like,
it's mostly commercials.
Yeah, and I think the point, like, really the biggest point that like, my biggest fucking pet peeve of all of it, because I'm not going to let go of this dead horse, it is, why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? I don't need anybody to justify their feed to me. I just need for people to be like, yes, that is important to me. And it doesn't matter what it is. But as long as you can say for sure, yes.
Right.
This is something that is important to me. This is something I'm interested in.
Right, you're not zombifying yourself by over-consuming.
Right.
You know?
Right. Like, and if that means you delete that profile and start over fresh, fine. Do that.
You can actually reset, most of your profiles now.
And I actually saw on TikTok you can delete your watch history and, like, it'll, restart it.
Did you know that your phone actually gives you an advertising ID that you can reset? Did you know that?
I did not.
If you go into your settings and you go and you search for ads, it will give you a new ad ID and it'll totally wipe anything that has ever been on, like, and give you a new advertisement ID. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
That is so Black Mirror. It's like almost not even funny.
I mean, it's a literal Black Mirror. Yeah,
it is, right. And I think, like, that's what's so frightening to me is this idea that as consumers, we don't even realize we're being sold to.
We're right.
That's how much it's coming at us.
Right.
Like, prescription drugs on the fucking television.
Right. Right. Facebook's free because you're the product.
Right. Right. Don't get it twisted.
It's not, oh, wow, this is just you're the product.
Yeah. And if you read those terms and agreements that you agreed to, that you have to agree to before you use the app.
Yeah, right. You can't not agree to them.
Right.
If you want to use it, you better agree. You basically sign over your digital footprint to them. They own everything. And when you ask for it, it takes a long time to get it because there's so much data. They can predict who you're going to become friends with just based off of where your phone's been and who you've been around and interacting with on
proximity.
In proximity. And it's crazy because there's a setting in there that will show you that. It's insane how much information is collected just to keep you consuming shit. It's wild. That's why, I'm all about fucking up the algorithm and just saying things that I don't fucking need. I don't need fucking Pampers. I don't need fucking just any random shit that, I don't fucking need. And, but you put it out there, and it's like, oh yeah, let's bomb all these ads. Well, now I'm fucking wasting their time because I don't need any of that shit.
And spending their money.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how you, that's how
that's ethical consumerism.
Yes. Because,
waste the resources of those that are wasting their own anyway.
Correct.
Walmart, Amazon, Target, etc.
Oh, another favorite thing I love to do is going onto websites that are shitty and loading that fucking cart up and not doing anything with it.
Yep. Because immediately what they do after that is they're going to send you an email and go, hey, it looks like you were still looking at this stuff. Do you have any idea what that fucking software costs?
Right. Right. It's like, hey, we noticed you left a few things in your cart.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course they have that software.
Right.
Because they can afford that software. So let them pay for that software.
Right. Let them really pay for it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethical consumerism.
Yes.
It's, and I think right now that is such a big deal.
Right. Absolutely, because we're at a period of time where people aren't letting companies get away with their shit anymore.
Yep.
Look at Target. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful. Fuck Target.
Yep.
Fuck
Why?
Target.
Because they called ICE on their own employees. But I have an idea. What if we all thought about these things as if they affected everybody in our lives? 'Cause they do. Mm-hmm. You liked that video, but what does that say to your friends, to your mom, to your grandparents, to your employer, to your partner? You know what I mean? Like, how far out of alignment is it with your true, authentic self?
Right.
Did you like it because it was funny? Or did you like it because, like, it actually resonates?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no wrong answer. I'm just asking in an ethical consumer kind of way. How are we doing?
Right.
And it's a personal check-in. It's rhetorical. Or feel free to share, because we would love to hear from you. Please feel free to send us an email. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can email us, queerlycommitted@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what you're doing
Yeah.
to
Be an ethical consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think that there are enough right answers, but I know that there are wrong answers.
right.
I know that there are wrong answers.
Yeah.
And I am doing my part to make sure that I am not funding the assholes.
Right.
I am not giving them any more money to fuck around with.
Nope.
Because they have plenty.
Right. They don't need
They
our
have
money.
plenty.
They don't need
do
our-
not, no.
they
You know
don't
who
need our
does
money.
need your money? Hi. If you have money to throw away on Amazon, TikTok, or I'm sorry, if you have money to throw away on Amazon and Target and Walmart, feel free to just send it here and support actual fucking gays.
Ta-da.
And you know what we're not going to do with that money?
Hoard it.
Yeah. Like,
As a matter of fact, we'll
gonna
all
be
go out for
dickbags.
ice cream.
right, fuck yeah,
We'll
ice
have a-
cream on us. That's fine.
We will have a fucking ice cream party.
I want to have an ice cream party.
Right? Aw. A queer ice cream social. I would
I would
love
love
that.
I would too.
That would be so cool.
I want to do that.
I want to have a queer ice cream social.
I don't even care if it's just us. We're going to have one.
Yes, let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
down. Yes.
We'll mark it. We'll put it on the calendar. We'll put it out there. Anybody that wants to join us, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
And we'll put a date, location, and time.
Yeah. I think I already know the venue.
Yep.
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 Oh, yep.
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 And I think we can get Ben and Jerry's on board.
Oh, I bet Ben and Jerry's would be on board.
Right. Well, we can also see if there's any local companies.
I would love that,
local,
too.
local dairies that do their own ice cream. I would love to support that.
Ooh.
We love supporting local. Shopping
Yes.
local, shopping small.
Yes.
I am 100% fine putting money into the pockets of people that are your hometown businesses.
Right. Because
Especially, I especially really want to spend my money at
black-owned
black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and queer-owned businesses. Those are my top 3.
Yeah.
I want my money to go there. And also, if your values don't align with mine, I will reconsider shopping with you.
Yeah.
Don't get that twisted. I will support local. However, if I see that the shit is not fucking aligned, I won't shop there.
Right.
But those are my top 3. That's
Right.
where I want to put. That's where I
Because
want to put my money.
If it's a women-owned business that is anti-LGBTQIA,
Then she's not getting a fucking dime.
She's not getting a
She's
dime.
not getting a goddamn dime because
Sorry
that
about
doesn't
your-
right.
yeah.
that doesn't align with me. I don't support things like that.
Yeah.
I am LGBTQ. I
Right.
am a gay, so I'm not going to support things that go against me and my rights.
And if you still eat a
Chick-fil-A!
Jesus Christ! For
I don't-
real!
like, listen.
I can't understand. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Look, right
Chicken's
here.
not that good.
It's not that good.
You don't need
It's
to be
really
eating that
not.
homophobic chicken sandwich.
It's got hormones and anti-gay in it.
It does.
Stop that. I don't care how much polyurethane sauce you put on that bitch. No.
It's not that
No.
good. And they hate people with peanut allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's fried in peanut oil.
Right. Fuck
You if you've got peanut
Chick-fil-A.
allergies.
Fuck
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
Fuck Chick-fil-A. Fuck that place so hard.
I
with pleasure.
have feels about that. I had one of my friends that was trans. He loved Chick-fil-A, and he was just like, I just can't. I'm like, bro, it's literally... What?
Yes, you can. Yes, you fucking can. Yes, you can.
But the sandwiches are so good.
Nope.
They're not that good.
They are not that good. They are not good enough for me to disrespect my fellow LGBTQIA
Right.
community members
Right.
like that. They're just not. Because if I buy that sandwich and I give them that $5 that they are going to put into Pray the Gay Away camps,
Yeah, fuck that. No, absolutely not. I'm not
I may as well just send $5 to Pray Away the Gay camps.
Right? I might as well just go and enroll myself.
Yeah, what the fuck am I doing?
Right?
Allow me to read the things that Jesus said about homosexuality. Jesus.
We yield back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I came across this Instagram page, and it was, how does your senator hold up with their donations? And it goes through, and they're like, this is where their money comes from. And they rate them on a good to bad scale. And it's like, doesn't pass the test. And I love that, because you should see where their money's coming from. Because if they're not, they don't have your interests in mind, they don't need to be in fucking office. Because all they're doing is
Right.
making it for themselves.
Because if they don't have your interest in mind, it's because they have theirs.
Correct. They want to enrich themselves, not the American people.
Right.
And we're done with that.
Right. Like
Consumerism, everybody. Consumerism.
ethical consumerism 101. Because
correct.
I really feel like people in the back need to understand all throughout how deeply dysregulated this system is.
And
And the only way to regulate it is to regulate it from within.
Right.
And it starts with us checking our shit at the door, watching what we consume, careful on what we, just careful in the sense of like, just be like nurturing, be mindful about it.
Right.
That's all.
They're
Just be
not going to
mindful.
change, so we have to take it upon ourselves to be the change. Because you're not going to make any changes by having conversations. We've already made that clear. But you know what can make changes? Taking white men's money, it turns out. When you
Yeah.
hit them in the wallet, they want to talk.
Yeah,
So-
your absence speaks a lot louder than your dollar bill ever will.
Right. And we love to see it. We love to see it.
Pull all of your history. Pull all of your privacy. Delete all of the history on, on all of your stuff, especially things that are owned by Google, Amazon.
Google's on every fucking thing. I
Apple
hate
is
it.
also on that fucking list.
Ugh.
So, like, each one of these companies is doing something that is gross.
Right.
And I think what's so frustrating is to watch all of these companies and then go, okay, well, I feel like I don't have another option. And
Right.
then you go, oh no, I'm so sad. Guess I'll just sit in my house. Hey, do you want to play a game of Monopoly?
And yeah, but no, there isn't a monopoly because you have Apple and Android. It's like, oh, no,
You
no,
don't
no.
just have Walmart. You also have Target.
Right. You have options. They're the same fucking option.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking shit.
And I want clean options. I want clean options for health.
Yes.
I want clean options for food.
Yes.
I want clean options for housing.
Yes.
I want sustainability.
Absolutely. Why we aren't fucking, like, I want to see more solar usage.
Yeah.
I want to see more. We have these elements.
Wind usage.
Right.
Especially in states like that have the land to do it.
Right. We have so much power available to us, but tell me again why we need to be digging up and fucking oil. Like, okay, but cars. Yeah, but cars can run off of other fucking shit, like hemp.
Yeah. And then at a certain point, how much is enough?
Right. It's never enough. That's the whole thing. It's
That's
never
it.
enough. Because, and here's the thing. What are you going to do with that money? What are you going to do with it? Are you using it for the greater good? I don't think
Right.
so.
Do you know how little it would cost to end world hunger?
Yeah, if we just took out all these fucking...
institute program that...
Right. To redistribute the wealth?
Right, because... Perfect example. We went to a food bank recently, and at the food bank, they were giving out just tons of food. Tons of food like you wouldn't even believe. And we're talking like bulk items.
Right. And it was pretty goddamn remarkable.
It really was.
So,
and as appreciative as I am for the services that exist and the opportunities that are available, I also can recognize that this one being a government-funded bank meant that a lot of the stuff that we got ended up being from Walmart.
Yeah.
So they're companies...
Big chain stores.
Yeah, they're companies that are getting the government kickbacks.
For the donations of the food.
By
and then,
donating the food.
Right.
And a lot of it was shit that was just about to expire.
Right.
So, like, not to be ungrateful, it is simply just to say that, like, there was abundance before that.
Right.
But they gave it out because they had to.
Right.
They marked it out.
Right.
Not because they have so much.
Right.
They marked it out because it was going to go bad.
Right. And then
they said, give it to the people.
Right.
Give them the crumbs.
Right.
And like, that's
but it wasn't crumbs, though. The crazy thing is like...
It was so much food.
It was... And we're talking like these it's a drive-up service. And we're talking like there's so many cars and everybody got the same things. And like... And then this one was actually our first time there, and the lady beside us, she was like, I haven't been here. We're like, yeah, we're new here too. We've never done this.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we were shocked. We were just shocked at how much we were given. We were just like, oh my God. And
I'm like, did they give us for two families? And
no.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was for one family.
And it's so if you're experiencing food scarcity, or if someone you know is experiencing food scarcity, look into these programs.
Yeah.
They are amazing. They're so helpful. I know simple Google search.
Yeah, but find something else. Find another fucking platform.
But right. But it's
yes.
But right. But you know, there's like the Feeding America, the American Food Bank, whatnot. Those websites, they will point you into the direction where these programs are available to you. So if you are experiencing food scarcity, if things are just, you know, you're kind of trying to make ends meet, use these programs, everybody. Use these programs. They're there for it. You're not taking away from anybody else. I assure you, you're not taking away from anybody else, because there was plenty to go around.
Yeah. And
We're talking boxes of delivery shits that we go to these stores. Boxes and boxes and boxes. Like, there was no shortage at all. So don't feel bad about using it. If you need it, use it. It's a program. It's there for you. So just to let you know, do it. We did.
Yeah.
And what a great decision.
And honestly, they are some of the kindest, most nicest people I have ever met at any of those food banks. Like,
we got eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs.
And like, and they were good eggs too.
Yeah, they're
like,
all natural. All natural.
Like eggs, but like, yeah.
Yeah, they're all natural, cage free.
They were good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so yeah, a whole watermelon. But
yeah,
but like it's just it's interesting to know that it's interesting to just see the inner workings of this, like how it's a fine-tuned machine on how it all works. It's like, well, here, just, if you donate it because it's about to go bad, then we put it. It's just a big, huge circle jerk. It really is. So let them pay for it.
Yeah,
let them pay for it.
But the only way that finely tuned machine continues to finally run is if the cogs, us the people, continue to perform. If we remove ourselves from the equation, the system falls.
That's why there's an abundance of food.
Yes.
Because people are they're not shopping there
They're
anymore.
not shopping there. Right.
They're not fucking shopping there.
So-
So now there's an...
And that's the most amazing thing, is like I'm watching society as a whole kind of pull back from this collective consumerism, working class,
Right.
into a more artistic, artisanal,
Yeah.
holistic life.
Community
It's
driven.
so
Community
fucking
driven.
beautiful.
Like I love the community about it as well.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's getting kind of in touch with their neighbors and building that community. I think that that's super important, and I love to see it.
Yeah. And you're right. Like, when these people have stopped as a community purchasing from Walmart, wherever else, and then they have these overages, they are forced. Like, their hand is almost forced in that direction.
We got to get money from it somehow, so might as well donate it. Government's going to give us kickback if we do that. And you know what?
Exactly.
You know what the funny thing is our taxes probably pay for it.
They do.
So
They do.
use these systems. They're there for a reason.
For as long as they are available.
Right.
May it be
But-
forever. Because, I don't know. Call me a fucking commie. But, I believe that people should have access to food and shelter.
Shelter,
and
food,
healthcare.
healthcare, water.
Yes.
I think it's
clean, potable
Right.
water.
I think it's
Not just water. Clean drinking water.
I think that the way humanity is treated is incredibly humane.
Yeah.
I think that it's a sham. I think that there's a better way to live in a societal means. I think that you know, it is set up for the people at the top to get line their pockets and, you know, what was it? Piss down your neck economics? Oh, trickle down economics.
Oh, yeah, that.
Reaganomics, yeah. Fucking. It doesn't work. We're watching
that's
it. Not
twice we've brought him up in this episode. That bastard.
I know, fucking asshole.
God damn.
Don't even get me started on his fucking wife.
Ugh. Again with the consumerism.
Right.
Yeah, like the
Right.
entire episode really is about consuming as a whole.
Right, mindful consumerism.
Yeah, because it really is.
Yeah.
It's not just in content and your online boundaries, but it's also
Everything.
in like what are you bringing into your aura?
Right, right.
What are you allowing to breach that field? Because if it is negativity and bullshit, don't act fucking surprised
Oh, no.
when you're not happy.
Right, right.
LOL.
I don't understand why I'm not happy. I just eat shit food, watch trash sports. Look,
Right.
and look, everybody. Let's just keep fighting the good fucking fight.
Yeah.
Let's be ethical consumers. Let's fucking keep our eyes on the prize. Be aware of what's in our fucking orbit, and really fucking be the change that the world needs.
Yeah.
Be the change you want to see. I'm 100% down with that.
Yeah.
So I hope you are too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this episode truly isn't to make anybody feel, because I know myself, I can.
We're not here
I
to
can
shame
feel-
anybody.
Right.
We're bringing awareness. We're having a discussion.
Awareness.
You know, we're having
Unless it's Chick-fil-A,
fuck Chick-fil-A
because
or Walmart or so. If it's the Devils, fuck them.
yeah, fuck them.
That's not up for debate. Don't care.
It's really not at this point in the game.
no,
we
fuck
are
'em.
too deep into this. Like it's July 1st as of recording this.
Yeah.
So like it's July 1st.
Right.
Like office has been held.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like decisions have been made. Bills are being passed as we
Right.
speak.
If the bill,
They better not. I
I
forgot about that one. I was just talking in general.
yeah,
but,
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
forgot about that one.
Like that one. If it,
they better.
I will go shit on the lawn. I don't care. Like it.
Yep.
It is the grossest fucking thing that I have ever heard, and I just am even. My my guests have been flabbered.
Yeah, I understand. I do understand the privilege of not participating. I
Right,
do.
right.
Believe me, and I don't take it lightly that I am able to not participate in a lot of these things. But I also understand that truly, truly, genuinely, we always have a choice.
Yeah,
We always have a choice.
and it might be scary. it might be very scary. It's like, you can do it.
Yeah, and just one step at a time.
Right. Baby steps.
Yep.
But it can be done. It can be done. And when's the last time you took a day off because you were sick?
Or even not sick.
Right. When's the last time you took a day because you needed, because you just needed a day?
And what?
And
You're
you know
afraid
what?
You can't call out because what? Because what? Because they need you?
You feel guilty for they make you, you feel guilt for calling out, and it's fucked up.
It's so
and I mean,
fucked.
and here's the thing is, this is coming from a person that refused to call off. I was there hell or high water.
Yeah.
If I was not, I would be there 100% all day, fucking every day. I worked 72 days straight once.
Jesus, no, not me,
Right.
girl. Not me.
Right. And it's just to be fair, this was a local business. It was a local family. And I really loved that job and I cared about that job. And I was being paid well. And I was heartbroken to see it come to an end. And it was very upsetting because I was like, this is it. I'm going to retire here. I made up my mind. I was just like, hell, he's been working here for 30, 40 years. I'm good. Yeah,
Why not?
this is perfect. Family-owned business. Yeah, everybody here's great. And I was like, yeah, this is my spot. I'm not moving. And then they fucking closed.
That's unfortunate.
Right. I was there when we were taking off the fixtures off the walls because everything was getting sold. That was heartbreaking.
No, and that's real bad.
Yeah. They were
selling.
They were selling everything.
They were liquidating.
Everything. Yeah, everything. Nah, I was damn good at that job.
I bet.
Yeah.
Slinging fishies.
Yeah. Slinging fishies.
Fish tosser.
Yeah. And I'd have to break down big, huge hold salmons and shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have to gut them?
No, most of them came in gutted.
Gross.
Yeah. But in order, I would have to break off the head, break down the tails, skin them. I got so good at skinning them. And you put the knife, not the sharp end, but you put the dull blade under that and just one full piece every single time. I know. I have the weirdest skill set ever. So many different weird shit. But you know what the thing is about the people that did shop there? They were ethical consumers. Because they were coming to that store. Not going to the big major chains.
There we go.
Yeah, big major grocery chains. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? You feel good about it?
I feel good about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
let's just we wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up right here. Kind of like the fishies.
Yeah, wrap it up like the fishies.
Like a baby.
Like a fucking baby.
That's how you rock a child. So yeah.
So that was rocked.
Wow. Yike. Yeah, we appreciate you hanging out with us today. And like I said earlier, if you would like and subscribe, share it with a friend, that'd be dope skis. Hit that bell icon or whatever the fuck they say. Download it on Buzzsprout. Yeah, do all the things because we want to hang out with you. And so stay bold.
Stay soft. And stay
Queerly committed. Bye.
Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say something about being an ethical consumer.
Oh yeah, be a fucking ethical consumer.
Use your QC mentality, that quality control.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got this.
Proud of you.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Queerly Committed. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with someone who could use a little communication upgrade.
And as always, keep vibing, stay real, and we'll see you next time.